to the screen television. Ours it is.
Females are the most beautiful and gorgeous creatures in the world, and you know what? It doesn't matter what sizes they come in, they are just as beautiful as they look. Welcome on board to another edition of Ladies Talk. I came in with that particular quote from Alicia Keys because it's one that strikes me anytime I read or I hear it, because women are, we call ourselves the salt of their heart. So if we are not here, you can imagine how tasteless, how unadventurous, how boring the world will be. This is Ladies Talk, where we talk about everything female, you know, and I tell you, it's not just limited to the female folks. If you're a guy, no, do not tune off, do not switch off your TV. This is the time where this is the place where you can actually get tips on how to deal with female folks. You know, men will tell you that I don't know what women want. Here on Ladies Talk, we'll tell you what exactly we want. My name is Evelyn Ohiola, and I'm going to be your host for today. I do not do this alone. Of course, I've got my beautiful, gorgeous, amazing ladies in the building. How are you doing, darlings?
We're good.
And you're beautiful. You're not just good, you're beautiful.
When you came with that intro, I was like, this year she's just going for women supporting women. You understand?
That's it.
If men don't give us that flatter, that lovely words, you are there to just sweet us with it.
Yeah. you know that particular saying that behind every man is a woman, although people have come out to say it should be beside, not behind. But the one for females that I know of is behind every successful woman is another woman whispering into our ears to move on. You got this, sis. You can be better. So we just got to
help ourselves.
That's just it. That's how it works.
We're powerful, actually. Like you said, we are powerful. So if we don't encourage each other to be powerful, then the male will just use us to do
walk all over us.
All right. So how are you doing, Judith, today?
I'm doing good. Yesterday I was not doing good because of what I had to pass through to get cash, but today I'm fine.
Yeah,
it's really, I still can't believe we've come to this. Like, I can't believe there's a time I'll tell my kids, oh, there was a time in Nigeria that we couldn't get cash.
Or that we had to use Naira to buy Naira. It's funny.
But it's all good. I know it's a phase that will soon phase away, and we'll get back to our lovely country where we can buy and spend as we want.
All right, welcome on board. So let me move to the delectable, gorgeous Chikasi Ogbo. I love this old concept. I do not know what the inspiration is, but this concept, this outfit of yours is just amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. This was actually put together last minute. Like, I woke up today not even knowing what I was going to wear. And all of that, but like, you just and you know, it came out flawless, gorgeous, beautiful, chocolatey.
Wait, what did you have in mind when you had the headgear and all of that?
I don't have my hair done right now. So I was like, okay, I'm not making my hair till like tomorrow or next tomorrow. What am I going to do? And I just decided, let me just put this scarf on, and it looked good. So I thought, let me just go with it.
Cassie is the fashion queen. Yeah, like, she just comes up with different. I look forward to seeing her hair, because she would just come once and say, this my African queen has come again to give us that sauce.
All right, so how are you doing, Katsi?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Though my day was looking a bit shaky, like she's not going to start on a good note. But you know, it's the month of love, and it's my birth month. So one thing for me is that nothing can hold me down, nothing can keep me down. So no matter what, I'm going to keep on smiling. Like, you know, I'm just anticipating what it's going to look like, what Valentine's Day is going to look like, and all of that. And I'm just happy about it. Why are you guys humming?
Because we know.
You know,
it's some chocolates.
Exactly. It's 4 days to Valentine, and I'm kind of wondering what is going to be for the ladies in the house. Cassie, do you have a date already, or you're still collecting application? You're still receiving applications?
There's no comments for now. We just see.
She's got the hush.
we just see how it is. But I'm so happy to be here. It's always a pleasure to be amongst you beautiful ladies. So I'm happy to be here again on another episode of the Ladies Talk.
Welcome on board. All right, let's get to the one whose Valentine is sure. And because I know Mr. Babatunde will definitely, you know, give you a short time on Valentine's Day. How are you doing, Amber Dome?
I am doing great. Thank you for asking. I know you people forgot, but it was my birthday.
Six. Oh my God.
So sorry.
You make it up to me. You owe me big time, and I'm collecting.
Cash, right? No gift is as expensive and as wanted and valuable as cash right now.
Oh, that's true.
So don't worry. We're gonna bring it.
We love you.
I love you more. I love you guys. As you know, I don't know if you know though. I had a short time on my birthday, but I have been having fun since last year. It happened to be my daughter's birthday on in November. So I've been baking like chocolate cakes.
Wow.
You know, almost every month, almost every week.
Yeah.
So it wasn't new for me, or I was still craving during my birthday, and I still baked, and I bought lots of yogurt from my yogurt from my, I don't want to say village, but my hometown.
Okay.
From my state.
Okay.
Somebody is here who, you know,
Supplies it.
yeah, they supply to. So I always, this year, it was all that I was craving, and I had a lot of it, and then a lot of other things that
So you had
You're
mad fun.
smiling.
I had mad fun.
So it was a swell time.
It was, and I don't want to wake up like I want to be, you know, celebrating throughout the year. I feel like that's what it is for me this year. Like,
And you can be. You can celebrate every day of the year.
yeah, with so many things happening, I just have to like just make myself happy. Sound of Music, they say, I simply remember my favorite things, and I just, like me, I'm always doing the things I like the most, and you know, holding on to them, so that people will not, and this Nigeria will not ruin it for me. I had to pay, you know, through with my phone. I mean, online.
Yeah.
To get carrots from a carrot vendor.
And he accepted. He accepted.
I bought
the
suya, and buy
transfer.
suya with.
You're lucky they have
Because
accounts.
some people,
It's
We don't
crazy.
accept
my customer
transfer.
that sells me, you know, pepper and all of that.
Yeah, she did?
He said he doesn't have an account.
Yeah, you're lucky.
I was going to give him a new note, and he was going to give me old notes, and I'm like, I'm not going to do that. So I'm like, and I really wanted to get them. So I asked if he had an account I could transfer to, and like joke, and I'm like, thank God I did this. And he said he did. Shout out to Abba. I was so proud.
Okay, so shout out to Abba from the ladies right here in the building. Okay, you've seen the ladies. They are here, and they are here to roll and rumble. We go for this break. When we return, it will be time to talk what's trended on social media. Stick around. Welcome back to Ladies Talk right here on Western Spring Television channels 190 only on Star Times, but you can definitely watch us on YouTube, yes, via our YouTube channel, that's at Western Spring Television, and also you can connect with us via any of our social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter at Western Spring Television. All right, so moving on, let's get to what's trended. A whole lot of things happened, ladies, over the week, and we really couldn't say which one should we pick from, which one should we pick from, and all of that. But before we go ahead, I just want to, our heart goes out to the people in Turkey and Syria. We've been seeing videos. We've been seeing photos,
So
you know,
sad.
horrendous graphics, and it's really tragic that we're having such a thing happening. You know, the death toll is above 9,500 deaths as of this time, and we can only pray for those that have lost their families in this quake to be comforted.
That's just it.
So sad. You know, I saw a video yesterday while I was relaxing my hair, and this guy had just lost, I think, 8 of his family members, and all the while he was crying, he was saying, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. He was just thanking God, even in the midst of the fact that he just lost 8 good of his family members. And honestly, that broke my heart. I mean, just shows how strong he is. To be able in that moment say, thank God, not a lot of people will be able to have that courage.
Yeah,
it's really, really heartbreaking.
We'll have to say thank God for those that were saved. I think you posted a picture, a video of a little baby.
A baby that was born right when the quake
and also
happened.
another baby that was trapped in, and she was taken out. So
the father was holding the lady.
I saw another picture of a father holding his 15-year-old daughter that was already dead. And
so sad.
And I was like, God, thank you for our country.
Because we don't have facilities.
Do you know, because that was just the first thing that came to my mind. Thank you for our country. Yes, we have issues, but we've never had such that, because if God,
I mean, we talk about the flood that happened last year that claimed 600 lives. So, but this 10,000 deaths already. You know, it's devastating. It's horrendous. You know, it's painful. It's heart-wrecking.
I'm just praying that they are able to put through.
You know, I actually saw a video of a family that was actually the entire family were saved. They were saved from the rubble, and when they picked out the last person from the rubble, everyone just
crying,
started rejoicing, because it's not something you get every day, where the entire family is safe and they were brought out from the rubble. You understand? So it's a miracle. So while some people are crying that they lost their folks, some are grateful and happy that
they were
at least we still have our own with us.
I just noticed it has a lot of things in stock for us. I don't want to feel this year is just starting with so much trauma, heartache.
All right, so away from that, very quickly, still on what's trended on social media, I don't know if you guys had the story of Mr. Ibu, the Nigerian actor, and his wife, the old hula baloo, you know.
This man came to kill me. Every time that time he's okay, he don't know what I'm suffering. He don't know I'm suffering. The man came prepared to come and beat me, to come and kill me. I ran away from him. He came from his girlfriend's house to come and beat me, to come and kill me. He removed his wristwatch to come and beat me. Now run, I push him out and ran away. Look at where I am. Everywhere I don't crack. Everywhere water, inside house water, everywhere. Look at the car I'm driving. Everything, nothing. My children know they eat. Everywhere scatter. No school fees. And you're telling me to do what? Oh God. Oh, not today. Their cup don't full.
This is my daughter. I've adopted her. And now she is my husband's manager. Congratulations, darling.
What are you talk.
Ladies and gentlemen, like I said earlier, I want to say official congratulations. Number one, for hearing cry, and you came in mass to know why the tears are coming. Fortunately, as you all arrived, you guys embraced peace.
At first, I was not interested in the story at first. You know, when I heard of it, I felt it was the normal ranting on social media, probably for clout. Probably the wife wanted, you know, the social media publicity and all of that. But later on, when it was resolved, I got one thing in my mouth that I was asking people that knew about this issue was, okay, so when the woman came out to accuse Jasmine of having an affair with her husband, what exactly was she trying to prove? Because now she's accepted Jasmine as her adopted daughter, and that she can go ahead to be Mr. Ibu's manager. You know,
handle accounts.
Why would you defame someone? Why would you accuse someone of sleeping with your husband
to get
and at the end of the day attention? you accept? I don't know. I don't know.
You know, actually, her bone of contention was the fact that she could no longer get funds from her husband. This is someone who has told her, or who stopped her from, you know, having a means of income for herself, which honestly, when I heard it, I was like, why would you allow such to happen? You have kids, and this man told you time after time to not have any sort of shop or do anything, and whenever you try to, you always destroy it, and you allowed that to happen. So now it's like she was completely dependent on him. So, and the fact that she couldn't get any money from him except through Jasmine was her problem. That's what I feel. She was not comfortable with that if she needs money, she has to go through to so and so person who she knows was having an affair with her husband. She wanted
allegedly, because she didn't prove
she
that.
wanted to be able to get that communication with her man, and you know, the man had allegedly abandoned her. She was showing us videos of her house that was flawed. The children had not been going to school fees this, school fees that. So I feel the reason why she actually came out was that she just wanted her husband back, and she wanted to be able to get access to the money through him and not through Jasmine. Because at the end of the day, when you know she got the man back, and you know some of the blogs interfered, and the man came and did video with her, she was happy. And to her, it was like, okay, fine, no problem. You can be his manager. So far, if I want money now, I can go through my husband. I can knock, I can call him, and he responds and sends me money. There's no problem. She just wanted her man back. I don't think
so. She had to cook up. I don't think that lie. I'm not saying
it just might be true. Yeah. But right now that she has him back, maybe she doesn't mind sharing. She probably was not happy about the fact that she didn't even have access to him at all.
But she called him adopted daughter.
We didn't even see the adoption paper, so it could just be some way to just cover up and make everything look nice.
But you know, this is the first time Mr. Ibu is coming on social media. Like, he's not someone that is out there for. Even when I doubt it was even of recent I got to know he has 2 grown-up sons and from another woman, and I'm like, wow. So when they separated, nobody knew. So, but why is this new wife bringing him out so in the public? Because I don't like when family issue comes up, you bring it out there. This is something they would have settled amicably. Because when I saw the reunion, they were eating nkwobi. And no, it's true. Why didn't they just? If it's money you need, Mr. Ibu is not. I don't see him as a man that. I see him as someone that they can. You get.
She wasn't getting because Jasmine was blocking the way.
Because she should have. She married him, for crying out loud, and she knows his mumu button. So why didn't she have?
Button had expired. Jasmine had taken over.
When you listen to Mr. Ibu's I think video or live video with Daddy Freeze. He said, "I love my wife." That was what he said there.
But do you expect him to come out to say, "I hate my wife"?
Like, I love my. That means she still had a grip on him. But because when you bring a matter out there in the public, it doesn't go.
And you know, you remember the fact that the 2 sons allegedly were trying to sell the house that she was even complaining that was not fixed. So I feel like she had to
I just feel everybody is lying. Because the sons are saying they did not say that is not true. They did not want to sell the house. That the girl Jasmine is the adopted, that their daddy adopted when she was little. Like, they came up with substantial proof. The lady is saying, his wife is saying no, but I just feel everybody is lying and trying to cover up their head. But why bring your lies out to the open? That's what I don't like. Because this man is someone that is a legend that has not come out before. Why are you bringing him out in the open?
Okay, Ember, do you want to throw a jab at this particular issue?
Yeah. What is paining me is Mr. Ibu, as she already said, for me, he's a respectable person. This is a family matter that could have been resolved behind the scenes. Like, why do you have to bring it to the fore, to the people to, judge? Or, I mean, to what end? If not for Daddy Freeze that took it upon himself to, host their stuff. I mean, they could have just done it behind. Who was she expecting to give her help on social media? I mean, what was she expecting to happen? Because when these people,
she did get people's attention, and
Daddy Freeze did that. I don't know who else.
Just Lover too.
Just Lover came to settle their issues.
He followed her.
You know, as the
it was Just Lover that reported that the lady was dating Mr. Ibu.
You know, as people say that for celebrities, they have nuclear family, they have extended families, and they have extended families online. So probably she brought it to the extended family online.
I saw this about it was so wild, like crying, mentioning things, calling names, and all kinds of stuff. I'm like, this is
not necessary.
Like,
well, where I'm finding it kind of that there is something we don't know. If actually Jasmine was actually sleeping with,
I don't think Jasmine was sleeping with the guy.
immediately you just accepting person back again.
No, I'm not getting the point. She wanted her husband back. Her main problem was, if you want to shame, but just give me access to my husband back. Give me access to getting money from my husband back. That was her main problem. So the moment she got that, she was okay.
What I'm thinking is that Jasmine is actually has known them from her childhood, and the man has been taking care of Jasmine, and probably Jasmine feels like she owes it to him to care for him, and she noticed something with the wife, and decided to block her. You know, maybe. So the woman felt like she had to, you know, start crying out because Jasmine became Jasmine became his manager.
We don't have all day to spend on this Mr. Ibu's story.
But I just like to say one last thing. This is just like a lesson to every woman out there. No matter what it is that your husband is telling you is going to give you, for you to not work, no matter what, have something doing.
Have investments. Even if you're not going out,
invest the money he gives you.
On this show, we always said it. Yes, you need to be submissive, but at least get something you
have a source of livelihood.
If she had something she was doing, she will not come at Amirant. No time for that. No time to waste time.
You know, like we always say, for every celebrity issue, there is more to that issue. Yes, but we are happy that they are back together as one family. And we saw the videos online as Cassie, who said they were eating the kwame.
I watched that video.
Judith was there.
Twice.
She represented the ladies at that family meeting, and she's back with the gist. Thank you, Judith and Hannah, for representing the ladies well.
I represented very well.
We go for this other break. When we return, it will be time to talk about what's on the table. And it's something that will, in a way, be bashing the female folks. I do not want to let the cat out of the bag. Let's go for this break. We'll know after this.
Fumilayo Ransom Kuti was an educationist and advocate of women's rights. She was recognized for her vitriolic comments against colonial policy of taxation as it affected the Nigerian women. Bere, as fondly addressed by her women followers, Fumilayo championed the initiation of universal adult suffrage, which gave an unprecedented leeway for women to contest elective offices and power to exercise voting rights. Married to a foremost educationist and teacher, Israel Oladotun Ransom Kuti, the first president of Nigeria Union of Teachers, Fumilayo Ransom Kuti was the mother of children who inherited her spirit of activism. Olufela and Be Ololari, the former, a renowned musical legend. She was the first female student of Abeokuta Grammar School and the first female to own and drive a car in Nigeria. The award recipient of Member of Order of Nigeria MON and Lenin Peace Prize, was born on 25th October 1900 and was killed on 13th April 1978 by rampaging road soldiers in Lagos. Western Spring Television identifies Fumilayo Ransom Kuti as a watershed character in history.
Welcome back to Ladies Talk right here on Western Spring Television. And like I always tell you, we are live. You can join us on YouTube, via our YouTube channel at Western Spring Television. Also via other social media accounts on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Western Spring Television. All right, I still have the ladies in the house. I have Hembedin Babatune here. I have Judith Hahana. And of course, beautiful Chika Siogo is here. I am Evelyn Ohiola. And thank you, ladies, for still staying with me. Today, we're going to talk about something very sensitive, and you know, it's kind of rampant nowadays, and that's paternity fraud. You know, the men have come out to sound an alarm. Let me put it that way, because the rate at which paternity fraud is rampant these days is very alarming. In fact, according to statistics, Nigeria is the second highest country with paternity fraud, second to Jamaica. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. 30%. We have 30% of paternity fraud right here in this country.
Our women are doing something.
Yeah. And you know, paternity fraud talks about the misattributed, paternity or paternity discrepancies where a woman gives a man another person's child. You know, and you know what they call, in quote now, I don't want to use the word, I don't know if I should use the word, but then that's what they call children that are born that way. But I wouldn't even say that, because I believe every child is a special gift, irrespective of how they were born. So I'll just start with this, and I'll start with Chikasi.
Yeah.
Why do you think women, especially women of this age, are engaged in such fraud? Because it's fraud. Paternity fraud, it's a fraud. Why do you think they are engaged in such fraud?
Honestly, I wish I'm able to understand and like put myself in their shoes and in their head and see why they do it, but I just can't. I just can't. See, a lot of the reasons why I feel like women cheat is due to the fact that they don't have the finance that they would want to leave the marriage. So it's either they're not being satisfied sexually, or they are not getting peace in the marriage, or the man is not taking good care of them the way they expect, or one thing or the other is missing. And so they want to go out there and have their fun and fill in that gap that the man is, you know, not filling for them. And they end up being careless and, you know, take in and then bring it to the man. Now, I don't know why women do this. It's really unfortunate. It's one thing that doesn't make me proud, because I'm somebody that always likes to, like, you know, stand up and, you know, fight for my gender, you know, speak for them and all that. But whenever such a topic is being brought up, I always just like to keep quiet, because I don't know what to say. I don't know why they do this. It's quite unfortunate. But one thing I would like to point out, though, is that a number of times, though, for cases of paternity fraud, it could be that the hospital have switched babies.
Yeah,
because I just posted a write-up on my status, I think 2 days ago, and it was a true life story. I don't know what made this man to all of a sudden decide to have paternity tests, but he was pestering this woman and saying, oh no, I have to check if this child is mine, I have to check this child is mine. And then he went and did paternity tests, and it turned out that he was not the father. Now he started accusing this woman, and they were fighting, and she was adamant and saying, no, you're the father of this child. Now she went and did the test too and found out that she's not even the mother of the child. Only for them to find out that, oh, many years ago, 5 years ago, the hospital switched at birth. They had to go find this child and find out that their original, their biological child was actually in foster care. So now they had to adopt their biological child. And because of this one that they're already attached to, they had to keep this one too. So there are also cases like that where it was a switch up. So let's not just put it out there that every time there's a paternity fraud issue, is the woman that cheated. We need to consider that, because I feel like men don't even calm down. Once they just find out that, oh, the child is not mine, they don't want to hear anything again.
Yeah, true.
They don't want to find out whether, oh, it's the hospital that made a mistake, or whether this or that, or maybe 1 or 2 things happened. They don't want to hear. So it's also not fair on the ladies too. I feel like ladies need to do better. If you know you're tired of the marriage, please just leave.
Is it that easy to leave?
It's worse that you're bringing someone else's child, because do you know the trauma you're putting on that child? Because by the time the thing casala bursts, that child will hear about it, because the man will be so angry. He's not going to try to tone it down for the child. He would say it out. Now imagine being a child and you're hearing your father saying, I'm not your dad, or this or that, or the one that they do for this abroad show, Maury or something, where it's in public and you're being told you're not the father and the child is there. Jesus, that's a very tragic thing. I just feel like women need to do better. I don't know why. I'm not in their head, and I'm not like, is it a psychologist or something? So I can't tell why they do this, but I just know that they have the option of leaving. Instead of going out to cheat, instead of going out to fill in that gap that your partner is not filling for you, simply leave. Get the money, leave, or you speak to the man. If you even want to cheat, use protection. Don't be careless about it. It's just something that gets me worked up, because I always wish I can stand for women, but in this case, then they mess up.
All right.
It's unfortunate.
Okay, so you know that some people have come out to actually say, and I think I've heard it once, twice, more than, you know, a couple of times, where people will say you're the first child in a family. You know, the father should do a DNA test for that child, because most likely the child may not be yours. You know, there are a whole lot of theories to support that particular saying, that especially for marriages that started on, okay, you got the woman pregnant before you went into the marriage.
Or you see cases where somebody will talk to us and say, oh, I'm getting married, they tell you, let's do one last time.
Yes.
I was going to get there.
I don't know why ladies do that.
You know, but let me go over to Emberden. Now, paternity fraud, we know it's bad. We know it's terrible. And, you know, like the name sounds, it's a fraud. And fraud is fraud. No matter how you try to justify it, it is still bad. But some other people, some other parties have come out to say, all right, if you think paternity fraud is terrible, isn't it the same thing as a man who goes out to cheat and impregnates another woman and keeps that away from his wife, then probably later on, 17, 20 years later, he says, oh, I have a child with so and so person, and this person is my child, and I want the child to come back home because I don't like the way he's outside. And the family expects you to accept the child because it's for your husband. I'm saying that to bring up this point. Isn't it supposed to be same for the man? I mean, this child is also your wife's child. So you should be able to accept that child as yours after so many years, even though she kept that away from you.
What I know is that two wrongs don't make it right.
Yeah.
A man does it and gets away with it does not mean a woman should do it. And the people or the person who gets to suffer the most is the child. A child having to find out that if I was telling someone the other day that most times a girl child can do without the father. But a child, most times they are unable to cope.
True.
They feel a disconnect somewhere. And if there is a father figure or the father is not there, you will see them acting up, even in older age and all that. Plus, the genetics, medical stuffs and all that, they have to align. If a child is, you know, having a condition that the father or mother are not having, and is the original dad that is having it, how will they know to treat this child? So all these things come to play. I mean, you can't cheat nature. Two wrongs for real do not make it right, and it scatters the whole equation, and nothing is balanced anymore.
You don't think what is sauce for the goose is sauce for the gander?
Too wrong. I can never accept that because someone is doing something, someone else should go and do it. And what I'm going to say is this: when if a mistake happens, we should, you know, own up, come clean, and most times it's not easy, but we should just still be clear for the sake of the child. What women are doing these days, which is painful, I've come across so many cases recently, and they see someone who wants to marry them, who is secure, and financially and you know, mentally and socially, and they say, okay, you are in love with someone else, you are getting what you want to do, want with the person, but the person doesn't love you. I don't know how does it make sense to go and be sleeping with someone that is not ready to put a ring on your finger. I don't know. You have to choose between two men, and you choose the one who would not marry you to still be fooling around with. These are the cases me have come across, so that's why I'm talking about it.
So, Judith, why do you think women, even those that have genuine reasons to, how will I put it, I don't know how to put it and sound nice, to be impregnated by another man, you know, probably through rape, you get, or probably she was with this man and the man jilted her, and she moved on to the next guy, and she was already pregnant with this guy's child, and you know, she's now in a relationship with this other guy. But instead of her coming out plain to say, okay, I'm pregnant, but it's for my ex, or I was raped by so person and I'm pregnant, they'll rather keep mum and keep it a secret for life until probably later on it's exposed. But why do you think women, you know, keep it a secret when they are pregnant for another man? or with another man's child?
I think most times why women do that is, you know, we women, we're so emotional, and most of us can't handle the things that comes when we jail. Let me use that word, when we confess or say what's happening in our past. Because I'm an advocate for, before you get into a relationship or a marriage or anything that you know is serious and strong, I'm an advocate for, say everything. Do you know, someone like me, I don't like surprises.
Okay.
I'm someone like, I don't like surprise. Even futures of, if I'm going to get married to someone, I would love to know who was in your life before. So that in case the person that comes in the future to tell me, I'll know that you've told me. So I can back you up and I can stand by you. That's who I am. Because the reason why some women can be so fragile and so gullible that they like, I cannot face this man. If this man really loves you and cares about you, and you tell him this is what happened, I was raped, or I was dating someone, the person jilted me and I got pregnant before I met you. Always give people the choice they deserve, either to walk away or to stay with you. Because if it comes up in the future and they will still do what they were intended to do at the start, so why start something on lies and
why push the evil day forward? And
because when you're pushing it forward, you forgot that you have a child. Because now a child is in the picture. Then the child was not in the picture as at then. You're just bringing the child into the world. So you had every ways to hinder future emotional, do you know, trauma for you know what it means when a child is all grown up? You've seen one man, you've called that one man father, and the man now said, okay, let me do paternity test. Because I saw there was a news that came up when I think 2 years back, the children went to do paternity test and found out that all of them, and they are all grown up, like in their 40s. All of them were not related to the man that they called father. Wow. They were all grown-ups.
That's a big one.
All grown-ups. So why wait that long? And you know, they even said they cannot look for their father because
where do they want to start from?
This man is the one that has trained them from. So why push a pending danger forward? Because women do that a lot, because they notice they get one saying when they talk, now only woman know will be the picking papa. And because we know that, we want, maybe because of what we want from that man that we're getting into a relationship or getting married to, because this same paternity fraud happens to singles. They will just see one, maybe they have a, let me use the word, they have one broke boyfriend. They will not see one better guy. They will not, this one, the broke one will not give the belly. They will not go to the. Do you get it? So, and when the rich person is not taking care of the child and loves the child so much with everything, and somebody will just say, that child did not resemble you. Because that's why they always be.
Wait, ladies, so you don't think women go into this fraud for genuine reasons? For instance,
I don't think
if the husband cannot impregnate the wife, if the husband cannot father,
they can do that now. They
child,
can do that
and
now.
The wife thinks, okay, let me just do this to cover my husband's shame. We've heard stories.
They should come together.
Be aware of that.
They should be aware. They do it now.
Important.
Some men don't.
I will take you to the hospital and tell you that, oh God, you're impotent. How would you do so that will cover the shame?
For adoption. It's as simple as that.
You know, some women do it to actually not crush their husband's ego.
I know.
And spirit.
Then when the husband now finds out that the child, you will not, because he will not remember that he's impotent too.
That's what happens.
Do you understand? They will not remember that they're impotent too. They will turn it to you that you are the one that cheated.
I don't think there's any reason that is genuine.
What if you're trying to provide a secure home for your unborn child? You don't want the child to come into the world without a father figure. You don't want the child to come into the world without having
the child into
lies and deceit. I don't think there's a room for women to lie about the paternity of a child. You don't need to lie about it.
And you know, you asked Embardom something about how whether what is good for the good is not, and then she was like, 2 wrongs don't make it right and all of that. Now I want to say something on that. I don't want us to just say, okay, fine, men can do it and yeah, it's fine, you're a man, you could just get away with it. I don't like that. And men do this a lot too. We need to talk about that too. Men do this a lot.
Ladies will always look for a way to actually
but for
to
real.
turn the table.
But men do this a lot
You'd
too.
find out that, okay, somebody you're dating
Yeah.
has one baby outside, did not even tell you, and they know how to protect
And
lives.
move the baby inside the house.
They know how to cover. You would never see, even if you're a psychic, you can never see it coming.
Yeah.
And then, you know, when the going has already been gone, you've already done everything, you've paid bad price, you've entered the house, then they bring the child and they're telling you, what do you want to do? Did you
not call family meeting.
You're a mother
They'll
figure.
put you- exactly.
Just
That one is
accept
even-
the
exactly.
child.
You know, men-
And then if you don't accept, you're the wicked stepmother, you're the wicked person. It is not nice, okay? Men need to know that if you're not going to be accepting of that from women, then don't push it down our throats, because we have a right to tell you, I'm not going to accept this child, and that does not make me a wicked person.
Yes, that's true. Because men, they say it's a man's word, but no, we have moved from that level of it being a man's word to it being our word.
Yeah.
Because we are two people living in this planet Earth, men and women. So because men they do that.
Although we have the confused ones now. Go ahead.
No, the way it was generally brought was men and women.
Okay.
So, but because men do that a lot, they won't tell you. I've seen stories like that. They won't tell you they have a child until you're married. They're not say, there's something I wanted to tell you, because and you know when they come,
the fear of losing you.
The fear of I didn't want. It's wrong. If you have I'm an advocate for give somebody that opportunity to choose. Because when you take away the person's choice and say, okay, and you now see where they will now say my stepmom hates me.
It's not nice.
And
then the society would paint you
black. They say my stepmom hates me. How did your dad bring you in? It's the question, because
but the child is innocent.
Women just don't. Yes, I know.
The child that you also gave to a man that is not his own is also innocent.
He's not innocent. So they will not say my stepmom hates me, my stepdad. How did you?
And not everybody knows how to relate with, and it doesn't
kids
make
that
them.
are not theirs.
It doesn't make them a bad person.
Yes.
Not everybody knows how to relate with
their husbands or
that are not theirs.
That are not theirs. You understand? I know of someone that said, "See, I cannot have stepchildren. I won't. Like them being under my roof, I won't."
And they're not bad people.
That's her personality.
Yes, of course. And they're not bad people.
She already made her husband know that, see, I will not do stepdaughter, stepfather, I won't do it. Don't bring another child into our
disposition.
home.
Everybody's disposition.
So people are different. For some other people, it might be, I don't mind, I don't care. So far, it's my husband's child.
Some people,
I'm okay with it. And, you know, the child is innocent. Just like you guys said, the child is innocent, so I'm okay, I'm cool. So far, the child is cool-headed, and we can live like as one big family. After all, our forefathers were polygamous. You know, my father married 2 wives. We were 20 children in the yard and all of that.
I really hate it when they have that mentality.
You know, so there are people with different mentalities. So you cannot, just like Cassie said, you cannot force it down the throat of people. And Judith also said that give them the opportunity to make a choice.
Exactly. Decide if you want to be around.
But very quickly, I just want to, you ladies rather, to if there's someone out there who is in the midst of this crisis, probably a woman that knows that this child she is with right now is not for our husband, and the husband is unaware that this child is not mine, what should she do?
Please. I know the what will come after.
It's easier said than done.
I know it's
telling you, the way you said it, it just dawned on me that this is reality.
Easy. It's not easy. Because maybe that child is all grown up now and living their life and only know one father. But if you know that maybe the person that gave you that, maybe the person is dead, please leave it like that. Let the person know that no, because there's something that the father of the child has died now.
Okay.
So just leave it like that. But if you know that...
She shouldn't come out.
She should not come out. And it has already passed now. But if you know that the father of the child is still alive and your heart is feeling like you're not happy with yourself, because the first thing you think about is yourself. And you feel you're having... Maybe you want to have HBP and you can just pray. Take it to God in prayer. So that when you are telling the...
I don't like the way people put God in the middle.
No, now wait now. So when you want to
God is supposed to be at the center of it all.
So when you want to jail war, They will not hit you something now.
You guys use God as an escape route all of the time.
No, I'm saying that she should just say that when she want to jewo the jewo, they will not use something and hit her head.
All right, I'm going to leave Sister Jewo right now. And I'm going to move to Cassie.
I don't even know what I'm going to say to whoever it is that's going through that, because it's a very, very tough situation to be in. You definitely know that if you're speaking up, you're losing that marriage. There's no man that won't, let's be honest, there's no man that would forgive. Because if you say it from the beginning...
Don't say no man. You can't generalize, Cassie.
Honestly.
There are men that will forgive. It may take time, but they will forgive.
Yes, they will.
There are men that have the fear of God.
Yes, they might remove the child from the window.
They might accept that because they've you know, bonded with that child. They might accept the child still. Yes. But they won't trust you. Deceived them.
There will be trust issues.
So even if that marriage still stands, it will be a sham of a marriage. The love will not be there, the respect will not be there.
Because haven't you heard when they say that when issues come, it brings couples of couples?
No, be this kind of issue.
I feel like when you confess, as in you're not caught, and you come out on your own. Yeah, to confess or do that kind of stuff. You gain more trust and something like that. But
no, that's always the problem.
What I'm going to say is this: I have heard and seen cases where these men are not that strong. They are not. It's not the trust issue. They just even when the child is just 5 years old, 3 years old, 2 years old, this man commits suicide. That they cannot bear, that the thought of not having
what they give out.
If you watch that program you talked about, you would literally see them crying.
So if a woman notices that or observes and knows that
the man she is with
cannot handle such information, please, to preserve life. And some children too, they most times it destabilizes them.
Some women have been able to get away with it until today. The child is still the son of the
but you have to weigh your options and consider the people you are with. If they are the people that can handle that, you can go ahead. If you see that they are not people who can handle such strong stuffs, you should not dish it to them.
Honestly.
So that you can preserve their lives. I mean, to save life is better than for us to be hearing that you
I just want to say somebody. If they should really do a paternity test for we that were born in those days, all of us might not be our parents.
But for now, I am very sure that I am a hairless daughter. I don't know about you guys, but I know I am a hairless daughter because there are some people you cannot do paternity tests for because the resemblance is there.
Yeah.
So I know I'm my father's daughter. I don't know about Hannah.
I am my dad's daughter. I mean, I look completely like him.
All right. We hope that with all that we have said today, you've been able to learn one or two things. And for someone out there that is in the middle of this crisis, probably you have a child that is not for your husband. The ladies have spoken. I have nothing else to add. Someone said you should call God into it. Two people said you shouldn't because of the damage that will happen. But then you should realize that your husband deserves the truth.
True.
And if you feel he's someone that can handle it and you feel you owe him a whole lot to tell him to come out plain, just go ahead and do it. But if you want to consider your marriage, you want to consider the sanity of your child and your husband and also of you, you may want to keep it a secret. We are not encouraging anything fraud or bad, but we're just saying it as it is. My name is Evelyn Ohiole, and I have been with Chikasi Ogbo, Judith Ahana, and Ember Dumbabatine. Thank you, ladies, for coming on board.
Thank you.
All right, that's the show for today. We'll make a return next week for another amazing edition of Ladies Talk. Until then, stay beautiful. Bye-bye.